Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and rip these old bars off real fast, and I'm gonna show you guys how simple it really is. Putting the new bars on are just as easy. We got ourselves over there some 1 1/8 inch Pro Taper EVO fat bars. Let's go ahead and dive into it. I already cracked these 4 bolts right here loose. These are just Allen key bolts. You're gonna go and get your Allen key. Just loosen these up some, just enough to where the bars can rotate, so forth like that. And then from here, let's go ahead and actually break our mirror off. All I'm using is the tools that I have my tool set right here for my bike. So I got all my Allen keys. I got basically any tool that I may need in the bush. So we'll go ahead and rip this mirror off real quick, just so it doesn't kind of lopside that and get in the way of anything. So now that we got the mirror off, let's go ahead and take these off, which is, where's the bolt? 1 Phillips on the top, and 1 Phillips on the bottom. As a pro tip for everybody though, when you disassemble these, I highly recommend putting them back together like this, threading your screws in a couple times so they don't fall and you don't drop and lose them. So now they can kind of hang freely and you don't have to worry about losing your screws. So now that we got that free right there, we're gonna go ahead and break this free now. Take these 2 little bolts out. So then we take this down. Sometimes these are kind of stuck to your bars, perfectly normal. And then again, just put these bolts back in so you don't drop and lose them. All right, so just like that, real simple, real easy. We're gonna go ahead and grab our Phillips head again, and I'm gonna go ahead and take off my USB charger. All right, so now that I have this off the bar, just gonna let that kind of free float, free hang right there. And these are already loose. We're gonna go ahead and take off the throttle assembly and bust it off real quick. Let's get to it. All right, so for this side, you got the same thing. 2 little Phillips screws. There's one right there. These are much longer than the other ones. And then you got another one right here, right on the bottom. This goes for basically any bike. You don't have to have a CRF to do this. They're all basically the same for the most part. So now that this is broken free, slide this down. My next step is gonna be to slide this throttle tube actually off, like so. And I'm gonna take these 2 right here out. This side is off, simple as that. All right, so now that we got that side off, we're not reusing this grip, so I'm just gonna leave that grip on there. If you guys are wondering what this tape is, the OEM bars inside of these right here, they have these little metal pins. One of mine was actually broken off and I went ahead and just snipped the other one off, and that's what keeps them from rotating. But if you use a little bit of tape like I did, when it clamps down, they'll never spin. And if you go down and they twist, you'll have enough play to where you can spin them back, which is also nice. And we're gonna go ahead and take these old bars off real fast. These are the factory OEM bars. Great bars. You know, they last. They're fully functional. I do have risers on these though, as you'll see here in a second. So don't like the factory CRF250L bend is like, and the bars are so low. When I would stand up, I would feel like I'm bent over, arched over in a U position in order to stand up on the bike. So putting in these risers was a big plus for me. All right, so now that those bolts are out, we go ahead and lift off the top adapters. And here's my risers. And here's the factory bars. So fully disassembled, fully off. I'm not going to take this grip off because I'm not going to reuse it. I got the new ones. It's as simple as that. You literally have these bars off if you know what you're doing. You're not, explaining the steps of how to do it. I could have had these bars off in less than 2 minutes. So it's a very, very easy task. As you guys know me, I like to tend to clean everything off after I get it off before I put something else new on. So you just kind of go over and just make sure you don't have any dirt, grime, grit, anything like that where your new bars are going to lay. That's all you need to do. You're not going to eat off of it. Doesn't have to be too crazy. And we're good. We're going to go ahead and reassemble them real fast. Let's get to it. So in order to use the 1 1/8 inch fat bars, it typically goes for any brand. I've got the Pro Taper EVOs. You're going to have these adapters, okay, because your OEM adapters are not going to work. So the OEMs are only for 7/8. These are for 1 1/8 inch. And then this right here is your 2 bolts that are going to go there. And this is actually going to go down into your bars like so. I cannot stress this enough though, guys. Anytime you do anything that involves your controls or pretty much any bolt that has any type of strain, stress, pressure, pulling on it, you're wrenching down on it, things like that when you're riding, always use blue thread locker. You can put it on every bolt if you want to. It's only blue. It's not permanent. Use your blue thread locker. It'll keep it from rattling out. Breaks free very easily, but it helps keep your bolts in place and from backing out and loosening by using this stuff. It's very important. Please use it. You don't need to have too much. I just put a little bit on the thread like that and I let it run itself down. I'll just go ahead and thread it down. Same thing here. You just apply some. Doesn't have to be overkill. Let it run itself around. Put it in place. Thread it down. Those are good. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Make sure you position both your adapters to where they're the same direction. You don't want to have one facing this way and one facing this way. I don't think that would hurt anything, to be honest with you, but for one, it would just kind of look stupid, and you know, what's the point of having them backwards? All right, both of these are fully tightened down. Now from there, we want to go ahead and put our bars in place. What you want to do in your bars when you're tightening them, try to keep them consistent. Don't overly tighten one side and then overly tighten the other. You want to snug both sides down together. That's basically it to the bars. It's as simple as that. Everything's just going to go on there nice and loosey-goosey right now because we got to get them to where we want them. That's kind of why I left these loose. I just slightly snugged them so these wouldn't move while I put these on. But you want to keep everything fairly loose because you don't want it to be too tight. Right now, with the way that the bars are oriented, I can almost guarantee you they're not correct. And if they were when you put them on like that, man, you got lucky. And I'm actually going to have to put tape on these because if you're using aftermarket bars, they don't come with the holes. So the factory OEM nubs that stick out on these won't actually work. You'll have to cut them off or drill your bars. And I don't believe in drilling your bars, to be honest with you. I think that if you drill your bars, man, you run the risk of weakening them. So basically, as you saw, it's as simple as that. Now I'm going to secure this down with tape, put a little bit of electrical tape on each side, duct tape, whatever. So this side is no different than that side. We're just going to go ahead and place these in place. It's tell you which way you want to, you know, face it up. It's got a little arrow and it actually says up. Anybody can do this. You don't have to have any know-how to change your bars. Super, super simple. This will actually probably fit right here. So that'll work well. And I think my phone charger will fit right here, no problem. Right in the center. That'll be nice because I could turn my phone sideways. It'll cover. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And this goes on just like anything else. You got the grip. And actually, I'm going to take this throttle tube off. Just slide that out. I'll just show you guys how you take this off of here. And then you slide that out like that. And boom, she is Dunsky. That's off. That's not frayed or nothing. It just got the bend in it from where it goes on the throttle. And maybe I'll show you guys how we lube these cables. That'll be on a separate video though. And this is how I do my grips, man. I wire tie them just like this. And these grips are still actually in really good condition. It's just, you know, I really wish I could have gotten the lock-on grips right now. Unfortunately, I couldn't. And my throttle tube is pretty badly cracked. That's why I ordered a new one. I mean, it's solid. Definitely needed to be replaced. Something I figure out to mention to everybody. Do you guys see anything different with these grips? All right, so you got one side that's bigger than the other. See the opening? I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that, but I figured I'd just mention it real fast. And these are the Odie half waffles that I'm doing a giveaway with. One side is bigger than the other. You can see the one on the right-hand side over here is bigger. That is because that goes on the throttle side. And so for this grip glue, it says it bonds in 10 to 25 seconds. I have never used this before. I've always only used the stuff that's kind of like rubbery. Before you put your grip on this side, you want to make sure you get your throttle in place. You want to have your grip oriented properly. You don't want to apply it all the way down. I don't know how I'm going to like using this grip glue. I just have a feeling it's going to be more of a hassle than... No, it's going on fairly easily. Get it to about where you got it there. This stuff is absolute shit. Do not use it. Absolute shit. It's all over my fingers. It's horrible. I've never had a problem in my life ever putting on grips. This stuff is garbage. Do not use it. Anybody want this for free? Maybe I'll send this to whoever wins the grips. Found some of my regular grip glue. I don't know if I got enough of it though for 2. I guess we'll find out if I do or not. Definitely wouldn't stick as well as that other crap. That Pro Taper instant stuff is garbage, man. Absolute garbage. It's all over the grip. It's all over my fingers. It's all over everything. When you do it, kind of pinch it, get the air out, slide her down. Grip is on. Look at that. That's how grips are supposed to go on. I think right there looks good. All right, that side's on. See, it's as simple as that. When you're using normal, regular grip glue, it goes on super easy. Same thing for this side. I like to pinch them open and kind of like bite onto where the glue is. Because if you just slide it down, you just get all the glue, and then again, you just give it a pinch. You just slide it down, you get all the glue to compress all the way down to one side. Not what you want. You get it to go on a little bit more. You do the pinch technique, gets the air out of the back of it. Some people like to put a little hole in the back of their grip. You don't have to, it's up to you. And then I like to go ahead and give it the full-on twist technique. Something like that. Hold your bars nice and straight. Try to eyeball it. That's about right. So this will come down something like this, and that'll be good, and then that's where I'm gonna grip. And if I gotta use my wire, which I usually do anyways, man, look at my fingers, dude, from that instant stuff, bro. That stuff is garbage. I'll never buy that stuff again. It was like 10 bucks for that. 9 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. Probably works well if you can get it to work, but jeez. I mean, it literally started gripping the bottom of the grip after like freaking 5 seconds on that side, and I didn't get the grip all the way down, and it wouldn't slide anymore. I had to literally peel it off, like rip it off. I was afraid I was gonna rip the grip. Hey, maybe somebody else has better luck with it than I do. Stuff sucks. Well, everybody, so that's basically how you swap out the stock bars on any bike. Just happen to be doing it on my CRF this time around. How I put my grips on using just, basic grip glue. So that's basically going to be it for today's video, man. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, click that notifications bell. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Tons of new content to come. We got the giveaway going on right this second. Gonna have another giveaway coming as soon as the items that I was wanting to originally purchase come in stock. So stay tuned for all that stuff, everybody. Venture Zach is out. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.